The NFL 2022 season officially kicks off for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Preseason, that is, kicks off officially tomorrow night in Acrisure Stadium against the Seattle Seahawks. And I, for one, am extremely pumped and excited to see this game. There's a lot of battles and position battles that are going into this game that all eyes are going to be, and none bigger than the quarterback position. You know, we've gone over a couple of things here recently on the show, referencing who I think is going to start, who's going to be the starter come week one, the progression, the trajectory of the quarterbacks and whatnot. Today, I kind of want to go down a different avenue. Mike Tomlin all but indicated earlier in his presser that Mitch Trubisky is going to be the starter for week one. And there's been a little bit of a question mark as to who's going to follow up behind him. We'll get into who I think is going to be the number 2 quarterback, the number 3, and why I think the number 2 quarterback is going to get so much significant time. Please hit that like and subscribe button. You don't want to miss any of our daily content that we do and our weekly live Q&A. We do that on Saturdays. We'll be doing that tomorrow. Our Saturday morning sesh will be airing out, going live probably around 10 a.m. Pittsburgh time, maybe 10:30, somewhere around there. You don't want to miss that. You want to get notified of that content. So please hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. With that being said, guys, I'm Daniel J. This is State of the Steelers, and welcome to the Huddle. Finally here, guys. The day is finally upon us. Pittsburgh Steelers start the new season. And like I mentioned in the intro, all eyes are going to be on the quarterback position. They're going to be on the who's going to be throwing the ball. What does the offense look with a new quarterback, with a more mobile quarterback, now that they can complete the quote-unquote Matt Canada offense? Now, Mike Tomlin came out earlier in the week and all but stated that Mitch Trubisky was going to be the starting quarterback come week one of the preseason, and that the remaining quarterbacks would fall in line as how practice had been doing. He stated that he anticipates having the ones get about a quarter, and then the twos having going from the second quarter and bleeding into the third, and then the threes having the fourth quarter, so to speak. It sounds like whoever is the second quarterback is probably going to get majority of the playing time, in my opinion. Now, based on the beginning of training camp, and what Mike Tomlin said, the indication could be potentially be that number 2 quarterback would be Mason Rudolph. However, here in recent camps, the number 2 and number 3 position have been rotating between Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph. So some can speculate and some could see that potentially what was meant, that Kenny Pickett would get the nod for the number 2. And it makes sense. The Pittsburgh Steelers know what they have. Mason Rudolph, he's been there for 5 years. These guys, they have the most knowledge and comfort with him as far as because of how long he's been with the team. And with that being said, it would make sense to see what Kenny Pickett has. It would make sense to get Kenny Pickett some meaningful snaps when it counts against talent that's not so subpar and alongside talent that is not so subpar. Not being out there with guys that potentially could be bagging groceries, in the next month or so to speak. And so with that mindset, knowing also that here recently, Kenny Pickett's been playing a lot with the number 2s, one could see Kenny Pickett getting that number 2 kick. However, I strongly feel that it's going to be Mason Rudolph getting that number 2 slot. And I think Mason Rudolph is going to get the majority of the playing time. And here's why. The Steelers are playing a team who has a question mark at quarterback. I feel that this is going to be an audition game, or could be an audition game for Mason Rudolph. If everyone stays healthy going into the regular season, I don't foresee Kenny Pickett, a first-round quarterback, being put in the 3rd string. It's history doesn't follow that indication as well. And so I feel that if Mitchell Trubisky shows, you know, to the Pittsburgh Steelers that he is enough for the reason why he was caught or picked up in free agency, that he has the talent that could potentially replace Ben Roethlisberger. And then you have a first-round pick in Kenny Pickett. There really isn't room for Mason Rudolph, in my opinion. Nothing against him. I think he's a fine quarterback. I'm really rooting for the guy. But I am starting to believe that this could potentially be an audition game, especially if Drew Lock or Geno Smith don't impress in this game and Mason Rudolph does. Don't be surprised if there could be some kind of trade scenario or switcheroo somewhere between players or draft picks, whatever the case may be, for Mason Rudolph with the Seattle Seahawks. That's just something that I've been kind of keeping my eye on and thinking about. It's like, hey, you know what? Nobody's really talking about this. This could be an audition for Mason Rudolph. I mean, if not for the Seattle Seahawks, for another team that may potentially get an injury at the quarterback position, need someone. I don't foresee the Pittsburgh Steelers going with such a heavy group in the quarterback position starting week 1. I could be wrong, but I don't see the Pittsburgh Steelers really giving Mason Rudolph an opportunity to win this battle at the quarterback position. So, in my opinion, this could be an audition game, and I'm rooting for him. I hope he does well, and even if he doesn't get drafted out and ends up being the number 2 guy, or something happens, whether it be player injury and he finds himself as a starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers at any point in the 2022 season, I'll be cheering just as hard as if it was Kenny Pickett or Mitchell Trubisky or even Ben Roethlisberger. And so that's what I do. I'm a Steelers fan. I'm going to root for the team. So, but that's all I got for you guys today. Please let me know what you guys think. Who do you guys think is going to be what is the order in which you think the Steelers are going to place the quarterbacks on the field tomorrow night? Do you think that Mason Rudolph's number 2, Kenny Pickett number 3, or do you see, or do you even see maybe perhaps the third quarterback getting most of the snaps? Let me know in the comment section. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. With that being said, guys, I'm Daniel J. This is State of the Steelers. Peace.